Let's say Gruden takes it. I've been told Gruden wants it. And that he's been waiting, doesn't want to do the college thing.
If he wants it, he could have that job.
I think he could have that job. Look, I'm asking you as just a fan, okay? Just a fan. Sean Payton or John Gruden, who do you hire?
Me, Sean Payton.
Okay. So you said if he could get that job, he can have it. It's not that easy. It's competitive. A lot of people want that job. But I would say those are probably two of the premier candidates, if not the two. More so than Josh McDaniels, who never had success as a head coach, right? More so than young quarterback. More so than your boy in Atlanta, Shanahan. Right? So, and the general manager and the grand poobah there was with Gruden in Tampa. So there's that kind of rabbi in the room. So I think he would be one of the final two. Let's say for the sake of argument, Gruden takes it. And at some point, if you're going to coach, you got to come back and coach before a decade is left. It's like Bill Cowher. There was always talk about him coming back to the NFL. But I heard a story. A buddy of mine told me that when Joe Gibbs came back to the Redskins. You guys remember Joe Gibbs retired and he went to form Gibbs Racing. And then he came back to the NFL. When he came back and they ran his offensive install, he's in there with the quarterbacks and the people, and they're installing an offense, and the wide receivers were in a 3-point stance. And they're like, what are we watching? We're watching the offensive install. The wide receivers are in a 3-point stance, Joe. We can't. It was the game had passed him by, and they had to start running all new stuff. And I don't know if the game has passed Cowher by. Probably not, because he covers it every week for CBS. But having not been in the film room, and look, he's not doing the draft the way that Gruden's doing the draft. He's not doing the games, so he's there on site. There's a different. Once you're out for a decade, man, it's hard. It's really hard. Not impossible, but hard. So let's say he takes it. Off the top of your head, who gets Monday Night Football?
You and I discussed this earlier, and I think we both had the same first reaction. It'd be Rex Ryan. I think he's currently employed, but everyone says he's going to get fired. Right,
and Rex Ryan he's been approached and been interested in TV in the past, and his personality and persona probably fits television. Yeah, yes, T-Cell.
Would they go after Peyton Manning?
They would definitely. That's the first call you make. Peyton Manning is he's the great white ghost that's out there, right?
They'd rather have him than Rex Ryan?
Yes. Phil Simms joked about it, but I think he's probably accurate I think Phil actually has joked about it. I know Boomer's joked about it. Boomer said he could sit on his set anytime. Phil Simms is like, if they hire me, they're going to take my job. I don't think it stands to reason. If Peyton Manning signs on with whoever he signs on with, he's getting that gig. He's getting the biggest chair. The problem with getting the big chair at ESPN the good part would be it'd be Monday Night Football, right? And McDonough's a pro, and he's never done games before, so it'd be learning, but McDonough's really, really good. So the problem with it, though, is that Monday Night Football does not have the same cachet. They only have one playoff game. It's a wild card game. And while Peyton has kind of, thumbed his nose a little bit at being in the booth, that's honestly, Monday Night Football is probably considered the fourth best gig in the NFL calling games. It's a great gig during the week, but it's still cable. But it's a standalone game. But in standalone games, Sims has got the number one chair on CBS, Collinsworth on NBC, Aikman, who just re-signed on Fox, he would have the number one chair. But that's the fourth. Honestly, I think that's the fourth network. So I think Rex Ryan actually makes more sense. Would they add somebody you'd be smart to, if you have Peyton Manning, add somebody with them who's done in games before or who gives you the Rex Ryan and Peyton Manning and Sean McDonough. That's a good show. It would neither have done games before, so it would be very, very difficult. But on paper, that makes sense. The question becomes, what are your plans B, C, and D, right?
Can I throw a name out there?
Go.
What about Brett Favre? Never been shy with his opinions.
No, it's been...
And he's kind of dabbled in broadcasting now on radio. He's
kind of dabbled in it, and it feels like Brett Favre would be a great call. Favre and Ryan would be a good call. The question would be, does Brett want to do the work? I mean, the one thing about Gruden, like Gruden obviously loves everybody, like that guy, I want to coach that guy, right? The one problem with Gruden is he likes everybody. But the other thing you'll get with Gruden, which is the positive, is he does know what's going on, knows the players, knows the coaches, completely and totally invested. And you do have a different, this is going to sound arrogant, caliber of viewer who's watching Monday Night Football on ESPN. You're a more invested football fan as opposed to if you're doing a 1 or 4 o'clock game, oftentimes in the NFL, you're getting passing fantasy fan, you're getting mainstream fan, who doesn't want as much depth as Gruden provides. Yes.
Do you think that there's a chance that they stay in-house?
Steve Young called a game this year. He wasn't bad.
That's who I was going to say, is they have a Hall of Fame quarterback on their roster who's already doing Monday Night Football, pre- and post-game stuff.
But he's not doing the post-game anymore, is he? I don't know if he does.
He's on the field with those guys.
I don't think he's on the field anymore. Last night it's Dilfer, Woodson,
Moss and Young.
And Moss and Young. Moss, yes. Woodson, no.
Steve Young or Trent Dilfer? Would that suffice?
You got to, again, probably put Rex with him for personality. Yeah. There's some others. The Favre one, that got interesting.